Could you be part of a podcast on
That's
YouTube?
what I want to do. That's the objective right now. I think I need to have one foot in the mainstream, especially the stuff I talk about. I think it's good if I had a mainstream presence and I was working on a squad, because I'm not going to delete the whole squad channel if just because I'm on it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, obviously you're probably too busy and successful to do this, but I was like, what if Sneako just works at No Jumper and makes videos on No Jumper, or like even if he had a show on No Jumper, and then it's like why is that band evading?
No, it's not. It's not. I think that would have to be the move, but also I want to continue live streaming. Like, that's the bread and butter. I don't want to be, working under somebody completely. I would do that just so that I could have my face in different places, especially because they're trying to ban me all over the internet. But yeah, I still want to have my core live stream where I could just sit there and talk for 5 hours straight every night.
But so then you went to Twitch, and then they got rid of you. So what's the plan now?
So I have different channels now. You know how, like, people can get around bans on YouTube. So, and also we're looking for deals on other websites, and I'm gonna start developing my own website, because the secret sauce I'm able to get into. We're talking right now like this is just like us spend social media game, but all the traffic from my streams comes in from YouTube Shorts, TikTok, IG Reels. Short form content is how I drive people into my streams. So
really,
that can't go anywhere. If I have like a bunch of fans, a bunch of employees working on it, then my face is going to show up on your phone regardless.
Right. But if they really, but I mean, what do you do? Like, if you're Andrew Tate, what do you do? If you're just like really not allowed to be on these platforms, like, what did you talk to him about what his game plan is?
He's been running up on Rumble, streams every week on Rumble.
Really? He just streams on there.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh, I was on it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just came back from Bucharest.
All right.
When is
I seen some of it like re-uploaded on YouTube, but okay, that's where he's actually doing.
Yeah, the numbers are pretty damn good on Rumble too.
How many viewers he has live?
50.
50,000.
Yeah.
On Rumble. Wow.
The first one he had 150.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing well. And
That's
I think
impressive.
YouTube should be afraid of that. YouTube should be saying like, yo, I think we made a mistake. I'm wondering if they're going to ever flip the ban, especially if everybody thinks it's bullshit, if they're ever going to go back on their word, because it's possible. But
it's possible, but I don't think that we've really seen that happen with almost anybody, right? Like Milo got banned like 6 years ago, whatever.
Off of everything?
Pretty much all at once. I think he got banned off he might still be on like Facebook and Instagram maybe, but like he definitely got banned off Twitter and YouTube, I believe, at the same time. And they never went back on that, even though their reasoning for banning him was pretty shaky at the time as well.
What'd he do? Because he's gay. He should get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, and British. It was when that girl version of Ghostbusters came out.
What do you say? You made fun of the female Ghostbusters? What do you say?
Yeah, and I think they got on him for basically like causing his fans to go harass, what was her name, Leslie Jones,
All right,
and talk shit to her.
so basically GD on Pokimane just.
But I'm pretty
Hollywood
sure,
edition.
like, I don't think that I never saw a screenshot of a tweet that made me actually believe that he in any way
Directed it.
incited them.
No.
So I felt like that was a good sounding excuse, but normally I would expect to see some proof of this sort
Doesn't
of thing,
matter.
and I never saw anything.
Fat, black, she's good.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You're protected.
What are you like? Okay. Where are you planning on going with this in Miami now? Like, how has your life changed now? What does the new
It's a lot more
game plan look like? And how long were you depressed when you were in Romania when you first heard about the ban?
I was in London. We took a private jet from Bucharest to London so that Andrew can go on Piers Morgan, and then we were all in London. I was shopping. Then I got the emails. It wasn't. I mean, that night I went on Fresh and Fit and just talked my shit. There's no point in being depressed about it. There's no point in living with regret. There's no point in being sad. Like, I guess some people were telling me like, oh, you deserve to be sad about it for a week. You deserve to what does that do?
Right.
There's nothing to do but just to come up with a new plan and keep moving forward. So, I was doing it for a long ass time. I talk about that all the time. I grew up on YouTube, but there's no point to sit and wallow. Luckily, somebody in my course, the Creativity Kit, saved all my videos.
Really?
I lost a lot of it because I've been doing Call of Duty videos from way back, but someone had a backup. I might just post it on Facebook. That's a good idea.
Right.
I mean, I predicted it. I was talking about it a lot. I think even when you came on my stream, I started.
Yeah, you were prophesizing that this was to come for sure.
Yeah, I just don't think that they want you to hear what I'm talking about. I think it's that simple. I think all the bullshit about misinformation. I got a nudity strike at one point. Cyberbullying, I think, is a bunch of horse shit. I just don't think that they want you to hear anything about what I'm talking about. I think they want to make men weaker, genuinely. And I think I was helping out people. I think I was exposing the truth about a lot of stuff.
I think what's for sure is that you could like offend individual YouTube employees and get banned by those employees. And I would say that that's probably the case with Destiny and stuff, is that he earned the dissatisfaction of like a decent amount of these like trans people and shit who fucking call the shots at Twitch.
One blue-haired employee with the Switch.
Exactly. And if there's just not enough pushback, if there's not enough reasonable people in the room to be like, nah, actually that guy is just sort of a guy. He's not a hate monger, that these things just go through. And then I feel like that once they make the decision, they feel like they can never go back on it.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that pisses me off in all of this is I feel like there needs to be a court of sorts. Like, you should not just be able to be banned from YouTube completely.
A timeout.
Exactly. That regardless of the fact that we don't think you should have been banned or suspended or whatever in the first place, but if there was a court where it says you harassed another creator or you did this thing that we consider to be against terms of service, so you have this period ban or whatever, and that there was some way that you could plead your case down the road, that just seems like it makes way more sense to me.
Well, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make any sense. There's a very clear liberal agenda. I know you said you were leftist, but look at everybody who's been banned. Donald Trump, Alex Jones, me, Tate. All these people are going against the woke agenda, and they need to do something to shut it up because they're actively pushing this and they want everybody to believe in it. It's borderline communism at this point with information.
Right.
If there's a clear reason that everybody on the right wing is getting banned by all these woke people, James Charles, who like is texting 17-year-old boys, Cardi B is drugging men, and she's still in the fucking White House.
Right, but if she made a TikTok bragging about drugging men, she would for
do a
sure
dance to it.
She would have a problem.
No.
On her hands.
No.
Yes.
I think it would be trending. They'd make a sound to it, and then all the kids would do it.
Cardi B talking about that back in the day was a product of her existing in a space in which there was nobody to tell her that it was not okay to talk about.
What about James Charles then? Why did they not ban him? And he's like openly texting, like caught multiple times texting little boys and shit.
Well, it's not on platform first, right? Like, it's not like like YouTube banning someone for something that they did on TikTok would be a weird state of affairs, right?
That's kind of what happened to me on Twitch. And that's kind of the excuse that they use with Donald Trump or Andrew Tate. They say that they have criminal charges. Donald Trump was inspiring a violent riot. Andrew Tate is a human trafficker. They try to pretend like they're criminals, and there's no criminal record at all. Donald Trump never told anybody to storm the Capitol. Andrew Tate never got in any trouble for human trafficking. It's all bullshit. I went to his house. It's all bullshit.
I agree that you should not have been banned, and I don't understand their reasoning for it. But the problem with it is that I think that the social media companies do have the right to ban whoever they want off their platforms.
Do they, even though it controls information? I mean, social media is the reason that Donald Trump won the election in 2016. If information directly influences elections, then they should not have the right to be able to have a bias, because they clearly do. The only people that are getting banned are against the woke agenda.
I think if you're gonna say that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram don't get to make decisions about who they have on their platform, then they need to be treated like something way different than what they are currently, because right now they're just businesses that can interview or work with whoever they want. Like the case would be like, my podcast, I get to decide who I have on it. So if I think that Sneako is a terrible guy and I don't want to have him on my podcast, then I get to make that decision. Twitter is, in a sense, not any different. It's a platform that can have whatever users they want on their platform, and if they decide that Alex Jones is too unseemly of a person, they can decide that he's just not allowed on their platform.
The problem is they all work together and they all coordinate these attacks.
Right.
Andrew Tate was banned on LinkedIn, Uber Eats, Airbnb. Same thing with me. I banned on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all at the same time.
Right.
They clearly work together, and especially right before that happened. I don't know if you were on my stream before it happened. They played my clip with Fuentes in the Senate committee. We were making fun of the powers that be, and I did a little song and dance about a specific religion, and they played it in the Senate, and they said that it's a threat, and I'm inspiring domestic terrorism. So I agree with you if they didn't very obviously work together.
Yeah, the fact that they coordinate it, and the fact that, like, I do think that they should probably be treated differently than just every other business. Like, I think that at some point, and I think that Facebook, even when you watch Mark Zuckerberg in the fucking Senate hearings or whatever that he was in, he's almost asking them to regulate his business, because the amount of power that they have right now is ridiculous. And I think even him, as the guy who created this beast, he knows that it would probably be better off if there was like much stricter regulation around how they were able to operate.
Well, they do tell them what to do. The FBI called them up and they told them that you need to start saying that this misinformation on Hunter Biden's laptop is problematic and is. So they are influenced. They all work together. And I don't like that private company argument. I think the information is too loud, especially Google owns every single Android phone and YouTube is the Google.
Right.
It's Google's company. It's too powerful.
And when we live in a world in which, like, you know, if you're a small business, let's say that your Yelp rating or your Google rating or whatever is such a gigantic part of your business, the idea that they could then just do whatever they want when this is like the lifeblood of issues that affect small businesses, it just doesn't seem right. Like at a certain point, there needs to be some kind of oversight. I don't think that these as much as I do think that argument about them having their own First Amendment right to like have whoever they want on their platform, I do think, like, you know, when you look at how big the effect is of having somebody banned in coordination by all these companies at the same time, I mean, it's just like an outsized effect. And we can't just act like it's the same as me and Joe Rogan saying, no, we think that guy's gross, we don't want to have him on the podcast. Like, being deleted off Facebook and Instagram and Twitter is fundamentally way different.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. We appreciate y'all.